Welcome back to SB Nation. NFL win totals, always a fun thing to discuss before the season begins. We've looked at the lines out of Vegas for predicted win totals, and Brad Wells of Stampede Blue and I are going to pick out, division by division, our best bets before the season. Brad, why don't you start us off with the AFC East?
So in the AFC East, I got the Miami Dolphins, and the line right now with them is 7.5. I take the under with 7.5 with the Dolphins, and this is why. We don't know who their quarterback is going to be. David Garrard is hurt, so it's either going to be the veteran Matt Moore or it's going to be the rookie Ryan Tannehill. You throw Ryan Tannehill out there in the AFC East against teams like the New England Patriots, or even a team like the Jets or the improved Buffalo Bills, I don't see them winning more than 8 games, so I think 7.5 under for the Dolphins.
I think that's a safe bet. Over in the NFC East, I'm going to single out the Eagles. Their line is somehow 10 wins.
10 wins.
In the toughest division, winner who won the Super Bowl last year finished with 9 wins. I think this is an 8-8 team that didn't get any better, already has an injured Michael Vick. I don't see them being 3 wins better this year.
No, I don't see them being 3 wins better either. And it'll be interesting to see if Michael Vick stays healthy, though. They might get to 10 wins, but we don't know with Vick being hurt.
We'll see. What do you got next in the AFC South?
AFC South, the division that I like to cover, I have the Tennessee Titans, and they're at 7.5 as well. And just like with the Dolphins, I take the under with them, and the reason is just the same. We don't know who their quarterback is going to be. We don't know if the quarterback is going to be Matt Hasselbeck or if it's going to be Jake Locker. If it's Hasselbeck, I honestly don't see them winning more than 8 games, especially in the division now with the division being improved. You have Andrew Luck in that division now. I don't think they're going to sweep or win 1 game against the Texans. I think they'll lose at least 1 game to either the Jaguars or to the Colts. Plus, the Titans have just a brutal schedule. They have a late December game against the Green Bay Packers, and the first game of their season is against the New England Patriots. So under 7.5.
Yeah, their schedule includes the NFC North and the AFC East. It's a rough road for them. Over in the NFC South, I'm going to single out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their win total is 6, and I'm going under. This is a team that was 5-11 last year, had a huge losing streak where they got steamrolled game after game, gave up huge scoring totals to teams as bad as the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yep. And this is a team that has Greg Schiano, who wasn't even that great of a college football coach. I don't think they've gotten any better. And the NFC South, tough division with the Falcons and the Saints. And the Carolina Panthers are on the rise, too.
I mean, yeah, you can't sleep on Cam Newton. He's a heck of a player.
But you can sleep on the Buccaneers, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Over in the AFC North, I think we're at now.
AFC North, so I have the Pittsburgh Steelers, and their line is 10, and I go over 10 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They won 12 games last year with an injured Ben Roethlisberger and a decimated offensive line. Roethlisberger is healthier this year because he's never really healthy, and their offensive line has a lot of youth injected into it. Plus, last year they were swept by the Baltimore Ravens, and I don't think they're going to get swept by the Baltimore Ravens this year. They play the Ravens twice in 3 weeks during the regular season. I think they'll win one of those games, and I definitely think they'll win more than 10 games this year.
Also with Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, Emmanuel Sanders, they have probably that trio of deep threats unlike any other else in the game.
Yeah, a lot of speed at the wide receiver position.
All right, over in the NFC North, this is not my favorite pick of the entire segment, I'm not going to lie. Detroit Lions, their line is 9.5. I'm going to go over. I think they're going to be as good as they were last year. The defense is still strong. I love that defensive line with Ndamukong Suh, and it's just part of this too. There's 2 sides of this coin because it's a zero-sum game, and you can't have success behind the Packers because the Packers are going to be your NFC North champions again. And then the rest of it comes down to, is it going to be the Bears or is it going to be the Lions who established for that second position?
We're going to switch now, I guess, to the AFC West right now?
Yeah.
So the AFC West is the Denver Broncos. And the Broncos made an acquisition this offseason, some guy named Manning. Yeah.
Pedro Manning?
Something like that. Yeah. So anyway, this Manning guy got signed by them, and they jettisoned this guy named Tebow. Maybe you've heard of him, too. They basically let Tebow go, and they won 8 games with Tebow last year, and now they've got Peyton Manning.
Someone who can throw a spiral.
Actually throw a spiral and actually get it to the receiver in the right place. Their line is 8.5, and I think they're going to be over 8.5. They're going to win more than 8 games. They're going to be one of the better teams in the AFC this year. They also improved their defense, improved their secondary, got a new defensive coordinator who's pretty good. I just think the Broncos, there's no way they're going to win less than 9 games.
Class of the AFC West. I completely agree. Over the NFC West, I've got another slam dunk pick for you. This is a bit of a homer pick, I'll admit. The Seahawks. Their line is 7.5. I think this is an easy over for them. They went 7-9 last year with Tarvaris Jackson at quarterback. They've got an outstanding defense, top 10 defense that has gotten better. Pretty stout run game, even if Marshawn Lynch sits out for a couple of games with a suspension. You're going to see an improvement whether it's Russell Wilson or whether it's Matt Flynn. They're going to have a quarterback who, Jackson, if you'll remember, lost 3 games at home by less than a touchdown where they had a chance to win in the fourth quarter.
True.
Mediocre play in the fourth quarter at home, at the Clink, this great home field advantage. Couldn't happen with Jackson. It will happen with quarterbacks this year. This team will win at least 8 games.
Interesting pick. Be interesting to see who their quarterback is. If it's Wilson, he'll get the football down the field. If it's Flynn, more of a West Coast style offense.
I guess we'll see. What do you think? Do we totally mess these predictions up? Who do we forget? Let us know your picks in the comments. Subscribe to SB Nation for more NFL coverage. We'll see you soon.